Okay, guys, welcome. This reading is for Leo, so we're going to find out the next sign. Who's next after this? So far we did Capricorn, Aries, Leo. Don't forget to cross watch, guys. If anybody's in your life that you would like to know what the energy they're in, definitely watch their videos too as well. And I also do a weekly question for every sign, and that's to get to know you, connect the energy, and then also like learn everything about everybody else. So keep, like I said in all the things too, please keep everything positive. You know, I don't want any negativity at all in the comment section. Where goes the next sign? Yeah, but keep it positive. Please no blaming, shaming, criticizing, none of that. I am not perfect either, so you know, take it easy on me. I'm a human being. You will hear noises. You will hear the cat. You will hear the phone go off. You will hear everything. So I'm human. Things happen. This is all transparent. I'm not going to be, nothing is ever perfect. So Leo, this is your reading. You are the lion. You are very courageous. The birthday's from July 23rd to August 22nd. And then Virgo is the next reading. So let's begin, guys. Please watch my other videos about why tarot, because I do readings a lot differently. Okay, so I'm not here to predict the future. I cannot predict the future because God gave us free will. So if you go left one day, then decide to go right tomorrow, I cannot predict that. So we have free will. What this does is this gives insight and clarity of the energy that you're in right now to make better options, or to see things in a different way, in a different light, more insight, more clarity, to make better choices, okay? Also to kind of give you an insight to of what you're going through right now, any lessons or things like that. So that's what this reading is all about, okay? And what I do, every Leo in the world is not going through the same exact thing at the same exact time. So these are general readings. So some things will resonate, some will not. And what I do is I give the description of the card and you tell your story. I do not tell your story, okay? You make sense of this, not me. But if it doesn't resonate with you at all, don't make it make sense, guys, okay? It could be another Leo that's going through something differently, okay? So, you know, we're all pretty much, we know what's going on and things like that. So this is all energy. Energy is fluid. So this could be about you or somebody in your energy, okay? So like what I mean by that is like the King of Wands, okay? Now that could represent you and the energy that you're in right now, or could represent somebody that you are, or that's in your energy. So like I said, I will give the description of the cards. You make the story. But don't make it, don't make it make sense, okay? Like if it's not for you, it's not for you, okay? Don't try to make it your story, is what I'm trying to say, okay? One more card. There we go. Okay. This has been the ongoing thing here lately, so. All right. Bottom card is the Knight of Cups. We will cover that at the end. So this is the general of the overall of your reading, okay? So first card, King of Wands. King of Wands is a fire sign. So this is Aries. Fire, wands are fire, so this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, so this is your energy. So I'm assuming this represents you. The king is a lot of attainment, a lot of success. He is of that element, right? So wands are fire, passion, you know, also action, if you will. So the salamander, see the salamander here? He survives through fire. So that's saying a lot, that you guys can get through a lot. So the King of Wands is Leo, so this is you, definitely. So Spirit's letting us know that your energy is heavy in here. So Leo and fire. So the King of Wands is, his key phrase is controlling appetites and passions, right? So this King of Wands, there's vision, could be an entrepreneur, a lot of honor, authority figure, financial gain, honest, trustworthy, bold and direct with what they want. Nice. So, of course, we know that Leo, the courageous lion, right? So the next card is the Five of Swords. Five of Swords. So swords represent air signs, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And if you think about a sword, like think of like a mirror, okay? So air, it's like our behaviors or our thought process, right? So it mirrors the quality of our minds. So the Five of Swords. So fives on the tree of life are conflict or like testing cards. So they're the hardest because in the tree life, if you think about it, starts at 1 at the top, that's where God is. It goes all the way down to 10, right? 10 is the completion of the lesson, and you go right back up to 1. So 1 through 10, half of that would be 5, right? So it's right in the middle. This is right in the middle of whatever lesson that you're learning or whatever you're going through right now. So the 5 of Swords is Venus and Aquarius. So this is the Lord of Defeat, okay? So this is like conflict, winning at all costs, surrender, walking away from competition, or throwing down your sword. So here's the misconception of this card, right? So a lot of times, if you can see this card, that person right there, you see how he's got the 2 swords right here, and then he's got a sword down here, and then these 2 people threw down the swords and they're walking away. A lot of people think that this person represents them in this story, but it's not. You're one of these people walking away. So there might be somebody in your life that was actually trying to win at all costs, and you're like, you know what? You can have this win. You know, I don't want it. You can have it. So like I said, a lot of people think that they're this person. It could be you. Yeah, definitely. But controlling appetites and passions, like you're walking away from something. You're just like, you know what? This isn't even worth, this battle anymore. Winning this war isn't worth the battle. So, or winning this battle isn't worth the war. So basically you threw down your swords, you're walking away from it, right? So now the next card is the Chariot in reverse. I do read reversals, and that's another thing. I'm a Gemini, so communication is my thing. So I have I like tongue tie or whatever you call it a lot. So like I said, I'm not perfect, and I don't pretend to be, and I screw up, and you'll see that a lot. So anyway, the Chariot is Cancer energy. This is the 7th card in the major arcana, or 7th, in the major arcana. This is all about. So the Cancer, what about? He stays on his path. That's the inner strength, right? So on the bottom here, there's like light, dark, like day, night. These 2 are complete polar opposites, and they're trying to steer him in this, they're both going this way, but he stays right in the middle. He stays on his path, right? But this is in reverse, right? So either you're dealing with a Cancer, or that person's in Cancer energy, or you're in Cancer energy, but this is about like walking away from, or somebody might have like taken you off your path a little bit, okay? Taking you off the road that you were on, or your, it's a figure of speech, like it's taking you off threw you off your path, right? Or threw you off your lane. So the Chariot, like I said, is Cancer. It represents the moon. So it's in reverse, it's like lack of direction, right? You don't know where to go, or maybe scattered energy, or self-doubt, or you veered off your path, like I said, or you lost control. So that's why you had to walk away. So that basically is telling me that something threw you off, right? That's why you were like throwing on the swords, and you're like, this isn't worth it, right? So the 2 of Swords in reverse. So 2 represents balance or partnership, and because it's saying it threw you off your path, it threw you off balance, right? Remember I told you the swords are air signs, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So the swords mirror the quality of our minds, right? So something threw you off your path, or threw you off your, whatever road you were on. So like I said, 2s are partnership, and they're also balance. So the 2 of Swords would be, basically, it's the moon and Libra. A lot of moon energy in here. So this is the moon. Yeah. So this is the Lord of Peace, right? But this is in reverse. So this is like an indecision, or confusion, or too much into something, right? Or stalemate. Or you might have unblocked something, but to me, this is telling me that it took you off your path, right? It took you off your, the confusion. It threw you off your path. So now here's the 8 of Cups. So 8s on the tree of life are seeking solutions, right? And the cups represents water signs, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. There's another Cancer, guys. And it doesn't have to be, but I'm just telling you the energy of the cards. But this is about our feelings, emotions, and relationships, cups. So this person right here is walking away. And a lot of people, because remember, 8s on the tree of life are seeking solutions, right? So this person's walking away to find a solution, or to find some kind of, to find themselves again, or to get back on their path, right? So, but these cups right here, they haven't fallen over. So everybody's wondering, why is he walking away? I don't understand. Why is he walking away from something if his cups aren't even spilt? And the reason why he's walking away is to, gain a better perspective, or a higher sense of self, or he's taking himself out of a situation, kind of. So he's seeking a solution, like I said, the 8s. So the Eight of Cups it's Saturn and Pisces energy. So this is the Lord of abandoned success, right? So like I said, he's walking away, he's seeking a solution. There might have been disappointment, abandonment, withdrawal, or escape. He walked away from something, right? So then in the next card we have is the Knight of Pentacles. Now this reminds me of like Virgo energy, but the Knights are movement, right? It's a horse. There's a horse right there. So out of all of the Knights, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest. So like if you think about like I think it's okay, the thought process, that's the fastest, right? So the swords are fast, then the wands, and then the cups, and then the pentacles. So pentacles represents our earth, anything in our physical material world, right? The pentacles are earth signs, which is Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. So this person right here, even though it is forward movement, because there's the horse, it's very slow. Okay, so if you could see like the land right here and the horse, it's very solid. You know, he's holding up his pentacle. He's going slow enough that he's able to hold on to his pentacle. Hold on a second, guys. Okay. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So that was my kid. Okay, so anyways, what I'm seeing here is that so it says controlling appetites and passions, right? So something might have gotten out of hand a little bit, right? And this, you ended up walking away because it was taking you off your path, right? It's either it threw you off your balance, your path, your balance, and you walked away. You're walking away, and this is like forward movement. You're walking away, forward movement. Look at this is also the Knight of Cups. See, like there's the Knight right there, and then there's the Knight of Cups on the bottom. Remember? So, anyways, the horses are movement. This is something that's solid. You're walking towards that because this was a burden. Okay, so let me go back. I don't want to go get too far ahead of myself. So Knight of Pentacles, like I said, are earth signs, which is Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. And it's very solid, right? But it's forward movement. And yeah, remember he's holding I was trying to remember where I was. I'm sorry. So this is Virgo. This is the Lord of wild and fertile land. Right, so this is hard work, productivity, routine, solid, and movement, right? It's moving something solid. And this is the Ten of Wands. So wands are fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this is your energy. So right here, he's carrying all these wands, right? But he's doing this on his own accord. That's the whole thing about this. And the tens on the bottom of the tree of life are completion. There's a lesson that need to be learned, and apparently, you know, you're either learning it or you did learn it. So the tens are like completion of, you know, the lesson. And so this is Saturn and Sagittarius. Okay, so this is the Lord of oppression right here. So it's like a burden or extra responsibility, or you did it all on your own. You're carrying all these wands on your own accord. And this is the Eight of Swords. So the eights are seeking solutions, remember, and then also strength, because you guys are eights too. Remember, 8, 8. There you go, right there. So eights are seeking solutions, and then remember the swords are air signs, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and these act as mirrors. So it's mirrors the quality of your mind, right? So if you can see, she has basically, you know, been stuck in her head so much that she created this jail or prison around herself, this trap around herself, right? And the binds and blindfolded herself. She did this to herself by being stuck in her head. Okay, so whatever this was, it was a burden, and the mental capacity of this was also a burden, not just physically, but also mentally, right? So the eights are seeking solutions. She's trying to find a solution, right? But we can't always be stuck in our heads, because we are, as human beings, our minds, because we, you know, right away as we're born, we automatically know that we're going to die. There's going to be an end, right? So we automatically, our minds will go to the most extreme or the most, you know, horrific thing. It's just scared to do that just because of, you know, our fate and ultimate. Our minds are programmed to think the worst possible case scenario in the worst possible way. Okay, so that's why it's very important that we get out of our heads. And the thing about this is that if we flip this around and the glass is now half full and not half empty, she's not binded by her own thoughts or blindfolded by her thoughts. She starts trusting her intuition and how she feels inside, no matter that she's binded right here. She doesn't need to feel her way through. She doesn't need to see where she's going. As long as she trusts her intuition, it'll guide her. She'll never trip up. right? So you see her foot's in the water. Remember I told you the water is our emotions and our feelings, right? So that's how she balances herself, and she trusts her intuition. It'll never steer her wrong. She'll never trip up on anything. She won't need this. She doesn't matter if the blindfold's on or off, because it will never steer her wrong. Okay, she'll never trip up. The Eight of Swords, this is Jupiter and Gemini. Okay, so Jupiter, if you can imagine, Jupiter is expansive, right? And Gemini is all about thought, right? The air signs. So imagine that. Gemini and Jupiter, like that's why it's this way. So this is the Lord of shortened force, right? So this is negative thoughts, restrictions, victim mentality, or you're trapped by your own thoughts. You're restricted by your own circumstances. Remember, you're carrying these wands on your own accord. You're restricted by your own circumstances. Okay, so now here's the Nine of Pentacles. So the nines are an accumulation of its suit, which is Pentacles. Pentacles are earth signs, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, right? So this is like the Lord of material happiness. So this is Virgo energy. This is Venus in Virgo. So this is the Lord of material gain, right? So this is abundance, luxury, self-sufficiency, or financial independence, right? So maybe you walked away, whatever it was, whatever this was, controlling appetites and passions. You might have been spending too much, or excessively spending, or not saving money. Also could have been kind of there's some kind of, so controlling appetites and passions, right? Something got out of hand and you ended up walking away, or they ended up walking away, either or. It threw you off your path or your balance. So you're walking away for a better, perspective, even though your cups are full. And that's so that you can become more solid, because this was a burden, and you, in your mind, your mentality, it kind of, you created this prison around you. And right here, you might be gaining your financial independence, which is great. And then here's the Knight of Cups. This is the end all of the card, right? So the Knight of Cups, it's movement. Cups represents our feelings and emotions. Trust your intuition, right? So this guy right here, Cups are water signs, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And there's the horse, forward movement. And now it's not just, the earthly material things, right? Now it's the emotion in it, which is great. Always have that emotion in there, because sometimes we forget, we're always stuck in our head to have that emotion. You have to have that emotion, right? So here's the horse. Look at it, it's all cute, loving. So look at how its little foot's up. The Knights are fire. Okay, so here's the thing though. The Knights are fire and the Cups are water. So this is internal conflict, okay? So there's some kind of conflict that's going on right now. And so this is the fire and water, Pisces energy conflict. So this is seeking self-fulfillment. Right? This could be a proposal, marriage, a commitment, or a fiery cup, romantic, a bringer of ideas, opportunities, and offers. So somebody could be coming towards you with an offer, or this is you with the internal conflict of getting that balance back, okay? Because right here it's saying it threw you off your path, and you need to get your balance back. So let's get a couple of messages from Spirit and see what they want you to know, or want you to, not know, but, message from Spirit they want you to moving forward. So that's what's going on with this week. Remember, try not to keep a balance between, your appetites and your passions. Don't go overboard with things, and don't just get stuck in your head about things. Always have a feeling, or keep your emotions balanced. Everything's about balance, right? Everything is. So, with there's emotion, you have to have thought. And there's always good to think about what's going on, but then choose your decision with a feeling, okay? So that way you're incorporating the two, not just all emotion or all thinking, right? Or all in your head. Thanks, Spirit Guides, Angels, Ancestors, to appreciate. I'm truly grateful. What is it that Leo needs to, what advice or messages do you have for Leo? Okay, here we go. Whoa. Okay, so we have the Devil in reverse. That's, yeah, perfect. And then we have the Four of Pentacles, and then we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so the Devil is Capricorn energy, and it's in reverse, so that's good. So that means you're letting go of something that is, an addiction, or it could be like a, hanging on to something that we know isn't serving us, right? So the Devil is about hanging on to things that we know is not good for us, but it's in reverse, so it's telling me, or that the Spirit is telling you to let whatever's not serving you go. Okay, the thing about this is that these two people right here, it looks like they're chained to that podium, right? And the thing about that is, if you look closer, that these chains are loose and they easily can be, taken off, but you have to be the one to take it off. So in reverse is saying let go of things that are not serving you, okay? You have that power, you have that control, right? And here's the Four of Pentacles. And I'm not surprised that came out either, because I'm going to show you, actually, what, okay, I'm going to put these down first because these ones came out. And then I'm going to show you on the bigger card what that looks like. Actually, I'm going to show you on this one. So the Four of Pentacles, Pentacles are everything in our physical material world, of course. And fours on the tree of life are like the merit of deservingness. So in our human desire and our human wants, we always feel like we are owed more than what we deserve, right? So we always feel like, no, hey, I deserve that. Says who? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that you don't deserve it, but sometimes we get beside ourselves of, you know, what we really truly deserve, right? So the Four of Pentacles is about releasing things that, just like the devil, release things that are not serving us, right? So if I can find this card, that would be lovely. Give me a sec, guys. So the Four of Pentacles are like the merit of deservingness. Here it is. Okay, so right here, you see the Four of Pentacles. So on the one pentacle is above his head. So his thought process is always about getting, wanting, right? And then his feet are planted on those pentacles. Planted. They're not just on there. They're planted on there. And if you can see, he's holding on to these pentacles. He's not just holding on to it like this. He's wrapped around it like the ship's wheel, right? So he's hanging on to this thing for dear life. The thing about this is that sometimes, this is the meaning of this. Sometimes it's better to let go. Sometimes it'll be easier to let go than hang on. Sometimes it does more damage on hanging on than letting go. That's the word. Because look at his face. Whatever he's hanging on to, it's causing him misery. You can see that. It's making him miserable. So Spirit's trying to tell you that you need to let go, okay? This material possessions, everything in our physical world, in this 3D world, it's all an illusion because we can't take any of this with us when we die. Nothing. What matters, and what, you know, us going through all these lessons and everything in life is the abundance and everything that we have inside, not on the outside, okay? Like physically, I mean, I know it's good to live a good life. I'm not saying that, and have nice things, but don't let it consume you, okay? You got to. The whole thing about you is controlling appetites and passions, meaning know your limit, know the, you know, like don't get greedy and don't be a hoarder, but don't, you know, of course, make sure that you're not living without either, but don't hang on to things. And if you have to hang on to something like this, it's not yours. We never have to hang on to anything that's ours. It'll just be ours. Okay, so remember, sometimes hanging on does more damage than just letting go. Okay, so that's what Spirit's trying to tell you, that you need to let go of, especially material things, okay? So then here's the Three of Pentacles. The Pentacles represents, you know, our 3D world, and this is about three people working together to make something very beautiful, okay? So without the third person, so like this person brings something, this person brings something, this person brings something. Threes in the tree of life are like the divinity, it's God, okay? The Bana, the mother. So it's like a triangle, and it's very strong. Okay, but without one of these people, there would be no triangle. That's what it's trying to say. So I'm not. It could be three people in your life, or it could just be, you know, make sure that you're getting other people. The more input it is with other people, the better, right? So without these three people, they couldn't have made that cathedral as beautiful as it was, because each one brought its own special thing to this. Okay, so then here we have the Eight of Wands, and this is communication, right? So this is, eights are seeking solutions, and wands is something coming in very fast. That's your energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this, if you can see, there's no other picture in here but the arrows, because they're coming in very fast. Some kind of communication is going to be coming in extremely fast. And here's the Nine of Swords in reverse, which is great. So this person in the upright is somebody who is, if this was keeping them up at night, having nightmares, you know, they're so worried about it, they weren't able to sleep. But in reverse, this is telling me that, you know, you're letting that go. You know, like I said, don't be stuck in your head, okay? Because our minds are geared to always go to the most extreme and the worst possible way, right? So, but that's not the way that it is. So don't make sure you let go of that thought process, and so stop creating that prison around yourself, okay? And the Emperor in reverse. The Emperor in reverse would be, so this is Aries energy, also a fire sign. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Emperor is like the father card, right? It's also about, like, it's Mars and Aries, imagine that. So Mars, war, right? Fire. So in reverse is like domination, excessive control, lack of discipline, or inflexible. So lack of discipline, controlling appetites and passions. That's, you need to have that control. You need to be flexible, okay? You need to get other people's, am I throwing off the focus on here by doing that with my hands? Sheesh. I'm sorry, guys. Did I do that? Let me see if I can get the focus back in. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, anyway, we'll just get this through this and I'll let it go. I'm sorry for doing that, guys. Jeez. Like I said, none of my readings are ever going to be perfect. But the Emperor is basically like having that discipline. Keep having that discipline within yourself. It's the Father card, right? Discipline. And then the Two of Wands. So Two of Wands, this is your energy. And this is like balance, back in being balanced again, right? So this is the message from Spirit. Like this is the Lord of Dominion. This is Aries and Mars energy. So this is planning, progress, decisions, and discovery. So make the right decisions. The world's in your hand. This is, she's got her hand and she's surveying her land, right? So two is like the progress in something, the discipline in something, the decision, right? Planning things out. Don't just impulsively do something. Plan it out. Make sure that it's right for you, okay? And keep that discipline and that control. Okay, guys? This is your reading. Make sure you guys answer your question of the week. Like I said, that keeps us all intertwined in the energy good and nothing negative, guys. I will not tolerate any negativity in the comments. Don't forget to cross watch if you have to. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, Leo.